Welcome to You Can't Make This Shit Up.
You can't. Cakes.
We are we are at the Oxford in Altamont Springs. It's the Oxford Sports Pub and Secret Society.
Woo.
If you haven't been out here, the beer is great.
Yes, it is.
The service is great.
Yes, it is.
The food is great.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get enough marketing out there for me because this place should be packed. If you come here once, you'll be coming again and again.
I agree.
But I digress because now I have to talk about a Republican in a not so good way. Because when you see a volcano explode, right, it's devastating.
Yes.
But when you see one that wants to explode, it stops.
I don't know where to begin. I'll begin here. I was looking forward to a robust, intriguing, engaging Republican primary with Donald J. Trump and Ron DeSantis as the as the front runners, battling it out. Donald J. Trump rose to the occasion. Governor DeSantis, on the other hand, if it's ever the belly flop of belly flops, the Scott Walkers of 2024, the Jeb Bush of 2024, the Ted Cruz of 2024, the John Edwards. I can go on and on and on. Oh my goodness.
So, like I was telling you earlier, I'm like, this is all in, right?
Yes, sir.
You're either all in or you're all out now because there's no in between.
Yes.
Somebody did not do the research for this campaign.
They
did not roll out smoothly. They did not. These fights with major corporations, you're supposed to be a business friendly party, right?
Exactly.
And you're attacking Disney.
Exactly.
You're now going after Bud Light because the stock dropped, and you know why it dropped, because it's your people.
This is the party of small business. This is the party of business. This is the party of free market systems.
Well,
what happened?
We attacked private business because of COVID, right?
Right.
So if you want to go on a cruise, no, we're going to attack them because we're going to tell them what to do. We don't tell private businesses what to do. We've never done that, right? That's just unreasonable. Now, it might help you think in the polls, but it didn't help him at all with people like, listen, I'm a big fan of Ron DeSantis. And when he does something stupid, I call it out because this is a JAG officer from the Navy. I would think that the legal stuff, we'd win them all. And we don't. We don't win them all because we go after We go after speech. We go after private business. We go after these ridiculous fights.
Right.
Instead, let's get to the meat and potatoes that is working. There's a lot of stuff that's working, but it's not getting out there because it's hidden by all of these social issues.
Let's get to the kitchen table issues. And I really don't care about woke. That doesn't do anything about me making more, saving more, protecting my water, protecting my air, lessening the traffic on our streets, making government more efficient. And it seems like Ron DeSantis just doubles and triples down on things that are not helping his campaign at all. And it's watching a disaster play out very slowly. And the rebooting is not working. It doesn't usually work.
The only thing that Ron DeSantis has right now going for him is Donald Trump has been silent, quieter than ever before, as far as I'm concerned. He hasn't been up in the top of the news. It's all been about DeSantis and how poorly he's doing. So DeSantis is getting all kinds of media attention,
Right.
but it's not the media attention you want.
It's every flub. It's this, canvasser on the Ring doorbell saying inappropriate things. It's his speechwriter who promotes a very fascist-like video on Twitter, on social media. Shout out to Nate Hockman. And DeSantis's response is a bunch of rambling. Denounce the shit. He got rid of the guy, but it's a little bit too late when you don't have a answer to why your speechwriter, who has a known history of posting, of writing about conservatism, is much like fascism. And it's just like, it's like, who the hell is Ron's handlers, his campaign team?
Well, I don't know, but it's definitely not Jay in Washington.
It's not Jay in Washington.
Because look,
Jesus,
every mistake you could possibly make, I think that this campaign has made. And I mean, again, I'm a big fan of Ron DeSantis. I think he does a lot of good.
Right.
But sometimes he does some out of this world things that just don't make sense. Not to a conservative like myself.
I've spent way too much time after his announcement, after I said that his campaign was toast, talking about Ron DeSantis. And here we are again, talking about Ron DeSantis.
Well, we're talking about Ron DeSantis. We're not talking about Donald Trump. That's an improvement. Wow. That's an improvement for the media.
That's true.
The media is all like, hey, look, we don't have to talk about Donald Trump because DeSantis is doing so bad. We can pile it on him.
Right. And no matter how much he tries to talk to mainstream media, or whether he's having, $83,000 dinners in Utah or wherever it was, trying to court, the political elite in their dollars, it's not happening for the dude. It's not. And
Jeb Bush had everything going his way. Everything. He had the money behind him. He had all the support that you needed. And all of a sudden, Donald Trump comes out of nowhere.
Low energy,
and he's gone. Look, that's another campaign. Hey, I was on that train, and all of a sudden it dropped out, and I'm like, where do I go now?
Exactly.
I was a Marco Rubio's too young, too inexperienced guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with Jeb, and all of a sudden Jeb's gone. And then Marco's trying to hold on.
And he gets eviscerated by Trump.
Yeah, but his was at least his.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think the DeSantis campaign is going to make it to the first debate in August, and his own Super PAC is ignoring him. They've got their own agenda, and they're not helping their guy out. The Never Look Back, or whatever it's called. Super PAC. They've got their own agenda. He's spending all of his money. Almost half his staff is gone. He's being challenged in court on a lot of the legislation that he championed during his past legislative session. He tells Florida homeowners, wait until after the hurricane to deal with
and then
your property
then you get Scott
insurance.
Maxwell. You get Scott Maxwell talking about all these losses that DeSantis is having. I mean, you can't get a happier media than what we have right now, because they love to see failure, and this is a guy that shouldn't be failing.
Exactly. And I blame myself. I'm taking the blame, America. I'm taking the blame. Me. I'm taking responsibility for not managing my expectations of the Ron DeSantis 2024 presidential campaign. I'm taking responsibility.
Well, you killed it. You killed it, Dave. Number one.
I did.
Like you were at the introduction on Twitter that's now called X. I mean, it was an exciting. It was an exciting destruction of.
And if he even tries to refer to his launch on now X Spaces or whatever the fuck you want to call it, yeah, people will get confused. This is a dumpster fire of the highest order.
You only have one. Look,
I'm hurt.
You only have one shot to make a first impression.
That's right.
And the nation looked to you at the very beginning, because you're supposed to be the governor, the America's governor.
Yep.
You're supposed to be the governor that everybody wants to emulate.
That's right.
And you just had an election where every state went opposite of your state.
That's correct, sir.
So did anybody in the campaign say, hey, let's look at the issues that really helped Biden keep so much of keep the Senate? And then let's kind of look back at where we need to stay away from.
Yeah.
Look, this is what Jane Washington is about.
Yeah.
Jane Washington is about research. It's about knowing what we're looking at. We knew the nation didn't go Ron DeSantis's way. And you can't run and only win Florida and become president of the United States.
Can't do it.
So, I mean, I don't want to rip on him. You love to rip on him. I mean, it's easy, but I want to say, look, I defend the fact that he would be a great leader.
Sure,
he would be a great opportunity if he was a nominee.
Minus
but he will not. He will not be the nominee.
It's not.
All the money's going to be gone.
Yes, sir.
And then how do you go? Where do you go from there?
Home.
No, you finish out. Okay, at least you can finish out your turn. At least you can finish out your
write another book on how you fucked up, Ron.
Oh, come on now. That's just being really mean. But David, like I asked you in another show, and I'm going to try to word it the right way this time.
Sure.
So if Donald Trump is not in the equation,
okay,
where would you take those dollars in this vast field of candidates that are in the Republican Party?
I would go with our good friend from South Carolina, Ambassador Nikki Haley.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, that's an excellent choice.
Thank you.
It would be, for me, the thing I like about Nikki is she's never lost.
True.
So this will be a first one, unfortunately. But look, I mean, Nikki is the only one that went into the Trump administration and came out unscathed.
Relatively unscathed, yes.
I mean, my favorite quote from her is, "I don't misspeak." She told that administration, "No, I don't misspeak."
Right.
But I said I meant. That is the kind of person I want leading at times. And I'm not saying I took a choice right now, but if I were to say which one of these candidates has the biggest balls, it would be Nikki.
Okay.
Because she stands up for conservative values.
Right.
Now, I might not be too happy with her and her Moms with Liberty kind of stuff, but that's because I just don't understand Moms for Liberty.
Right.
Liberty means, liberty. It doesn't mean, get rid of book burning, whatever. I know they don't like the term book banning,
Right.
but book burning. But what good is it if you take out literature out of libraries because it has a woman kissing a woman? Like, who cares?
Make these libraries and media centers classrooms, because you got the internet now. Everyone's got the world at their fingertips.
Well, yeah,
So,
parents don't even monitor that,
but
and they want to monitor school.
but I mean, in Moms for Liberty, great branding right out of George Orwell's 1984. But on a serious note, here's my political question I pose to you as my final note.
Okay.
Let's say that Donald J. Trump is the presumptive nominee for the Republican presidential race 2024.
Okay.
Who is his running mate?
Well, that's the most difficult thing right there, because it has to be somebody that will never disagree with him. Hey, look, Matt Gaetz is available.
That's true. Try to keep us straight.
Listen, hey, it's hard.
How about some MTG?
Hey, he could always
How about
pardon.
March?
Hey, he could always pardon Greenberg and bring him up there. but,
Ouch.
I mean, ouch. We know all about Greenberg.
That shit's still going
Look,
on.
I'm sorry. I'm being critical of my own party, but I don't know. Who?
Can you envision a
Maybe his daughter. I
Hmm.
mean, he's not allowed to, but he probably not allowed to.
Why not?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
People, you know how they fought with JFK just because he put his brother in.
Right.
position.
But he became Attorney General. I mean,
Mhm.
why can't
I'm not
Donald J.
saying
Trump have his wife be his running mate?
because she can't be president.
You just said.
No, I said his daughter.
You just said.
Did I say his daughter? Did I say his daughter? Ivanka is going to be vice president. I'm like, wait, Ivanka can be. Listen, I know my Constitution. Like,
I'm just messing.
listen, one day,
All
listen,
the same.
nobody has done anything like nobody has done more for America in the USO than Bob Hope.
Yes, sir.
And if Bob Hope can't be president of the United States, nobody outside the United States can be president.
Bob
of the United
Hope
States.
was born in
England.
Voila.
So most people, nobody more American than Bob Hope.
All right.
And yet he wasn't born here. He couldn't be president. And Arnold, you can't change the rules.
Hey, you can't make this shit up. Joel Hawksley, David Washington, remember those names. We're the political innovators. We're here to serve our communities. We're here to bring the best people with the best ideas representing their communities. Please comment. We love to hear from you. We love to hear what you think, not what you feel. Bring us facts, challenge us, or agree with us. That's even better. Like, share, hit the notification button. We're on Twitter. We're on X.
We're on X.
We're on
Facebook.
Instagram.
We're actually
LinkedIn.
We're on Thread.
We're on Threads.
We made the transition. So just to finalize this, I just want to tell everybody, register to vote.
Please.
I don't care if it's Democrat, Republican, or no label.
No label.
No label is actually starting to impress me. I've been interested in some of their stuff. Just register to vote. Get out there and vote.